This is Hardcore El Tirago, who I'm gonna call Elliot, in his Tier 9 heavy tank, the EMIL 2 on Berlin. And looking at the team list, they are not only down one Tier 9 heavy tank, but the enemy team also has a T95, which is probably the best Tier 9 heavy tank. So Elliot definitely has got his work cut out for him in the town. Let's see how everyone deploys right now. Now there's a bunch of people going down to the south, including, it looks like, a Progetto 54, one of their heavy tanks. And well, the more enemy tanks are getting spotted, the more of them pop up in the town. And there's the 50 TP. Where is the T95 gonna be? We can expect him to be here, and I don't know if this window position right here is a secret or if it's well known. Well, if it was a secret, it's still a secret because nobody watches my videos, but it's a good position. If you play heavy tanks and I don't, you should probably try this out and be mindful of it whenever you play on this map. It already allowed Elliot to do 1400 damage, and the T95 is spotted in the town. And alright, so they're definitely outnumbered and outclassed in the town, even though it's not that easy to push through this town because there's a lot of cover and undulations. And at least they have some tank destroyer support in the now northeast. And looking to the south of the map, his team, who have at least a Leopard, are, first of all, they're already down their light tank, and now his team is basically actually looking at, look, the Leopard is making a push. And he's spotting nothing. And I realize I'm paying more attention to what's happening to the south of the map than what Elliot is doing right here, but look, he's in an ML2, he's got good turret armor, he's got an autoloader, he's got good cover. He is, for the most part, gonna do well here. I don't know much about what his team is gonna do right now, except that the T-54 is already dead. Great. Right now, I don't think they're playing this that poorly, honestly. And what you have to wonder is, where are the unspotted enemy tank destroyers? Look at what the WT on Elliot's team is doing right now. He's going across along the river, and he doesn't have any armor. So if the enemy team does have tank destroyers in the northwest, that WT is not going to last very long. That M103, M103 was too aggressive, M103 died. WT, however, is still alive, which means that the enemy tank destroyers might not know where to go on this map. M103 is mad at autoloaders. That WT is kind of doing a good job. He killed the enemy ML2. There's already rearing its ugly head. Unfortunately, our Leopard is dead, which basically means that our team in the south is just sitting in the corner doing nothing right now, getting outspotted by a T92. To be fair, can they really do much there? I'm not sure. They could try a little bit harder. Okay, one shot against the T95 penetrates, and look at that! The enemies don't have tank destroyers in the northwest, which means the Löwe and the WT can make a really good play and flank the enemy heavy tanks in the town. And looks like they're gonna kill the Sumua. Sumua is dead. That's fantastic. That was a really, really good play on their behalf. The 777 is not gonna kill them because he's basically 1 or 2 shot for them. And Elliot here, sitting on 2,700 damage, gets to engage the T95 at close range, which apparently means that with his standard ammo, he can go through the weak spot of that tank. He doesn't reload. He is gonna try to put his last shot into the 777, who sort of sits there sideways in front of him. Okay. 777 is a definite one-shot now, and so is the 50 TP on the enemy team. So actually, since the WT and Elliot played this well, and the Löwe as well, shout out to the Löwe, they kind of got the town right now. I mean, look at that, 50 TPs just sitting there in front of an EMIL too. Okay, I mean, these enemy heavy tanks and their tank destroyers, oh, definitely didn't do a good job on this side of the town, on this side of the map. Now, his team, look at that, Löwe just going outside of us in front of him, but oh well. Okay, town is secured, they're down by hit points, but they're up by tickets, so that's good. However, they have lost a lot of map control in the south. I suspect mostly because the enemy team had a light tank and his team didn't have a light tank because the M41 died, which, you know, you can't really blame him, it happens. Now look, there's a Kunzepanzer on the enemy team who can, it would seem that he's holding back, you know, Elliot's team in the town by himself. And he kills the Carnarvon. But I suspect that guy has a lot of support by the Scorpion and most likely by the unspotted WZ-120. However, the Scorpion just took a shot at Elliot. So that Kunzepanzer, he's got to be careful. But, you know, Elliot's team can't really rush him. I'm actually surprised right now that the Progetto 54 is still alive down there against a Canyon Jagdpanzer and a P44. But then again, you know, he's a heavy tank. He's probably got some sort of cover. I'm not sure if he made the best call by going there, but as it turns out, it actually was the right thing to do because he's definitely delaying the enemy team by a lot. How did that shot hit? I don't know much about the Canyon Jagdpanzer, but I know it doesn't have a lot of armor. So, good shot by Artie. Gotta give him credit where credit's due. Kunzepanzer's still alive, Progetto 54, and Elliot's team is still alive. And that was a very smart shot, especially since he's in an autoloader. He just blind fired that Canyon Jagdpanzer, expecting him to pop back up into that bush, which is to be expected, but that was also a really good call. And now the south is lost and the base is open. It's a good thing Elliot didn't push around the northwest and instead went back to defend his base. I would have honestly been tempted to go around to the northwest, and then maybe our heavy tanks in the town wouldn't have gotten outflanked and most likely crushed. But then they would have gotten kept out. So this was the right call. Now look, who's going to be here? The Lorraine, the P44, and most likely the T92. And one of them is actually sitting in the cap right now. It's not the P44. So probably the Lorraine. And, well, Kunzepanzer against Löwe in the town. Now look. He just reloaded. He has 3 shots. There's at least 2 enemy tanks right here. 3 enemy tanks, because he's against the Lorraine, a T92, and a P44. This is really intense because the P44 has flanked him. He's shooting him in the back. He's got an auto reloader. He's going to do a lot of damage. The Lorraine is... Oh, he got lucky that that shot hit. And then he gets lucky against the T92 and this P44. He's probably on the reload right now. Elliot has taken a lot of damage, and he gets lucky again with the shot. This was tense, and whew, boy, you are lucky with your shots here, because every single one of them, maybe not the one against the T92, but every single one of them could have easily missed. So this was great, and you got lucky. And, ooh, well, this is interesting now, because it's him with an RD and a really mobile tier 9 medium tank with an RD. So who's going to come off better here? The difference between the RDs is that his is probably spotted and the enemy's wasn't spotted until now. So, well, that's, well, RD's gonna ram each other, and of course his RD comes off worse. So it's him against a Kunzepanzer and an enemy RD, who together have 5 kills. By the way, Elliot sitting on over 6,000 combined, very well played. And what does the Kunzepanzer have to do right now? Just be careful. Eventually, if you keep Elliot spotted, he's gonna be in a position where your RD can hit him. So what would the last thing be you want to do right now in the Kunzepanzer? Drive out around in the open. And what could be more open than this bridge. Oh boy, Kunzelpanzer, you are not that bright. And, well, you know, Elliot, you got really lucky earlier. And now you got really unlucky because that Kunzelpanzer should be dead right now. And why is he pulling back right now? Exactly. Does he? Oh, probably because, well, yeah, of course. He's an autoloader. He's on the reload. It's a fast reload, but if that Kunzelpanzer had been really, really fast, he could have kind of caught Elliot out right now. Okay, Artie's going across. I think Artie's going to try and cap. And he's sort of showing his ass to the Kunzelpanzer right now. Now, he's in a one-shot, so it's not that critical. And he does have an automatic fire extinguisher. Now, honestly, I think that the play by Artie to move towards the enemy, Elliot's cap was smart. And he gets spotted without spotting anything in return. There's a lot of bushes in front of him. Who's going to be there? Like, when I saw this, I was really surprised that he got spotted here. And it's the Kunzelpanzer. That Kunzelpanzer, again, went across 2 bridges in the open. And now, well, these are difficult shots. I would, you can kind of expect 1 of 3 shots to hit in that situation, but it's not too surprising that they didn't. And the RD is definitely not in a position at all to shoot at Elliot right now. What is that Kunzelpanzer going to do? Again, really, you're in a fast tank. Just run around the map. You will give yourself a chance. So what does the Kunzelpanzer do? What did he do last time? Exactly. Drive out in the open. Now, Elliot, sitting on, let's just call it 7,000 damage and 1,000 assisting damage. You played this extremely well. But that Kunzelpanzer made it a little bit easy. Great. Good job. Really good game. I would have been so nervous in the end there. 9 kills. That's a fantastic result. Yep. Good job.